good food is not everything, but without it, everything is nothing. Welcome to our kitchen treasures. Most of the time, we keep on trying to really imagine what we can put inside our kitchen. And for the past episodes, we were telling you that you have to put treasures. When we say treasures, these are nutrient-dense food in your kitchen. But sometimes, people are not really keeping their own treasures in the kitchen. They are rather instead putting some robbers. When I say robbers, they are nutrient robbers. Like for example, sweet items, sweet foods are robbers. When I say robbers, this can actually rob some of our nutrient storage in the body. So instead of the body making sure that we have sufficient storage of nutrients, hey, these robbers can actually rob the nutrients in our body. And sometimes we keep on buying in the grocery store some of the very common robbers. Let's take, for example, soda. Your soft drinks? These are robbers. And according to recent study, people are becoming into soft drink drinkers rather than water drinking. And they have now started digging the hard facts on soft drinks. So welcome to our show. Rule is never, ever put in the rubber in your kitchen. And they have discovered that for the past 25 years, people are now taking in more soft drinks. And it's not just for adults, even kids are now taking good amount of soft drinks in their very young age. I had an experiment last time, that was around 3 years ago, when I had a workshop in one of the private schools in Metro Manila, and I started trying to ask the students, grade 1 students, 7 years old, they can even consume like a liter of soft drinks a day. So imagine the amount of sugar, the amount of chemical that these kids are really drinking. And hey, you moms out there, you have to listen. Soft drinks cannot be in that cabinet if you don't buy them. Okay? So according to study, maybe 2 or 3 times the amount of your consumption right now is from the soda when it comes to fluid intake. You would rather get the colored one because it has an attraction in the side, but most of the time we tend to forget the health risk behind all these fluids. Now, look at the amount of sugar, and according to study, the amount of sugar that people are now consuming is really more than 10 years ago or 25 years ago. Let's take a look at 1 glass of soft drinks, or maybe 8 ounces. It has approximately 8 tablespoons of sugar. So imagine that 8 tablespoons of sugar plus other sweets that you take, that can even really be so powerful when it comes to reducing your immune system. And sad to say that kids right now don't just drink 1 glass. They can even consume a liter or 4 glasses or 8 glasses maybe. Plus, of course, some of the sweetened juices that they take. Now, number 1 effect is it can actually weaken the immune system. When I say weaken the immune system, that glass of water, that glass of soft drinks, look at the slide, and the slide can show you that single glass of soft drink can actually reduce your immune system by 60%. So young children, this is actually the reason why, young children right now have so often colds and, all this cough and flu. And their immune system would go down by 60% by just 1 glass of soft drink. So imagine the amount of sugar. It can also decrease the white blood cell function. It can also decrease the ability of the body to protect itself. Now, in reality, you don't just drink soft drinks, you don't just drink soda, but you also take it with the favorite partner. And most of the time, it's either donut or brownie maybe, or it can be a piece of cake, or for the Filipinos, it can be the banana Q. Oh, this can actually add together, soft drinks and all these sweets can actually reduce the immune system. Now, if you take large amount of sugar, it can also unbalance the nutrition. So meaning, you need to take more vitamins, particularly the B complex. If you take more empty calories, we call that empty calories. When I say sugar, when I say refined foods, these are empty calorie, and it simply means that it is void of other nutrients. It's just calorie, okay? Only calorie. So when you have this high amount of sugar, definitely you will be deficient in most of the B complex nutrients. And not only that, your minerals also should really be increased, because some of the minerals are being robbed by these empty calories. Now, and the bad news is, it can rob many of your vitamins and minerals, but it is very loaded with calories, calorie dense. When we say it is really dense, it has lots and lots of calories. Sometimes it is even times 4 of more than 4 times higher than when you compare it to natural food. Now, unfortunately, kids and teenagers right now would really love to ask these soft drinks. Why? Because parents don't teach. And parents don't actually give example. And you know, many kids right now are, most of the time, they are in their own work. The working moms. They don't have time, sufficient time, giving education, taking good care of the kids. And the kids right now are left to the best common babysitter, which is the television. And the television would be teaching your kids to drink soft drinks and all these sugars and all these sweets. And definitely, there is psychographic effect, and they are very much attracted. And later on, instead of asking for healthy food, they would ask for the sugar and the sweets. According to study, 1 in 5 toddlers can consume soft drinks. Toddlers, huh? Imagine toddlers. Yesterday, I was in Robinson Place, Iloilo, and I saw very young toddlers taking the 13-ounce soft drinks. I was really amazed. They can consume the 13 ounces soft drinks beside the mother. Oh, I was really, trying to stop my lips talking to the mother, and I was really, my desire was really to talk to the mother and educate the mother. And imagine, instead of giving good food, the soft drinks is now the priority. Another thing that is not so good to this soda is it can be the cause of the population's obesity. When we say obesity, because it is really dense with calories, lots and lots of calories. So it can raise the possibility for obesity. And according to study, it is more than 64,000 calories per year a person can consume. And that simply means you can have 3,500 calories. And that is actually equivalent to 1 pound increase. Okay, 1 pound of fat added to your system. Now, how many days to a pound? Maybe some of you would be asking. And the answer actually is by just taking 2 glasses or 2 cans of soda, just 2 cans, okay? You will be able to increase your pounds by 30 pounds per year, okay? And this actually can be accumulated. Okay? You can try it. Now, the opposite around, if you want to lose weight, you have to remove all these drinks. Okay? And by doing that, you will be able to reduce that large amount of of pounds, not large amount of calories. Now, that's the reason why sodas are the first to be removed when it comes to weight reduction. You know what? According to study, some people are drinking or shifting to diet soda instead of the regular one. But according to study, the diet sodas can actually increase more your appetite. So there's it's no sense, huh? You go shift to diet soda, and then yeah, it's no sugar, maybe no calorie, artificial sugar, but you know the tendency of the body is to eat more. So you don't get the calories from the soda, but you will be getting other calories from other food because the desire is really enhanced. You know, you have higher desire when it comes to food. Sad to say that it's not only calories, even the chemical additives are in this in these drinks. And according to study, 20 million, around more than maybe, of tons per year. And it can actually, if you divide to people, that can be like 9 pounds per person, and that is so risky. You could easily consume that, okay? The sad thing is, it is not just calorie, huh? It is not just maybe the common chemical additives, but it is so risky because when you take your soda, when you take your soft drinks, it has phosphoric acid. Now, phosphoric acid really makes it unique. Okay. But the thing is, when you take the phosphoric acid, the body cannot actually handle it good. We don't need too much of this phosphorus. And later on, the body should be excreted the excess. And when while the body is excreting the excess, it doesn't just happen by excretion the normal way. You know, the calcium that you need, the calcium, good for your bones, is robbed by your phosphoric acid. So that's the reason why children right now who have brittle bones, it is mainly due of this, because of this soft drinks and because of this soda. So sad to think that it has really a very frightening effect. Now, the kidneys also are loaded. No, it's hard because you have to excrete it, and the kidney has added function, meaning the kidney is very much loaded with all these chemicals, and then later on it will end up to some problems in the kidneys. Osteoporosis is very common, but again, osteoporosis can be prevented if you remove your soft drinks in your kitchen, okay, in your ref, no? So don't store, don't buy, and by doing so, you will be able to reduce the possibility of giving large amount of all these chemicals and calories to your children. I'd like to share with you a very beautiful verse in the Bible. And you can read it in our slide. It is actually in Isaiah. And the verse said, "Why do you spend money for what does not satisfy? Everyone who thirsts, come to the waters." And that is actually the solution for today. The advice is come to the waters. Yeah, maybe there are two kinds of water, maybe the living water, the spiritual water that, the Bible experts are telling us. But right now, I'm asking you the physical, the real water, and that is our treasure in the kitchen. So let me take the treasure, and this is the potable, clean water, and you have to take it, you have to plan for it, because if you don't plan, it won't happen. So this is your water. I asked my friend to prepare this one, and I asked her to prepare like 10 glasses of water. This is actually 10 glasses of water for the whole day. If it is like, hot weather, you need 10 or even 12, but at least you can have um, 8 glasses, and this can actually consume the whole day. Now, sometimes you would say, oh, that's too much, huh? And then some people say, oh, yucky water. But you know what? If you know that this is really the best, you would really try to consume this. I have one technique for you. And I'll get another treasure in my kitchen. And this is actually a glass. And I have prepared for you 8 rubber band. This is not the rubber, no. This is the rubber bands. Okay, so you have to put the 8 rubber bands here in your glass, especially those of you who are working in the offices. You are so busy with your activities, and you sometimes tend to forget your water intake, and sometimes tend to forget how to calculate. You have to put your rubber band here, like this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So if you're goaling for 8, you have to put 8. If you want 10, you need to put 2 more. Okay? So put the rubbers, and then you can have your water, 1 glass. Then you can drink this water. And after drinking, you have to remove 1 rubber band. 1 lastico. Okay, so you have already placed 1. You have removed 1. So while you are drinking, remove 1 by 1. And finally, in the afternoon, you'll see that, hey, I have only 2 rubber band left. And then you will see, oh yeah, it's possible. By the way, this one is 8 ounces, this glass. Yeah, you can use the 13 ounces if you like, but maybe you can just have 6 rubber bands, or you can have the tall glass higher than, the advice actually is you can take 2 glasses of water in 1 hour. So make it as planned. Every hour, you have your glass of water. So, but you have to remember that you don't need to take large amount of water while eating, okay? So you need to have a break like 1.5 maybe or 2 hours after eating, and then start counting by hour. 1 glass, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, another glass, 10 o'clock, another glass, and you remove the rubber, and you drink the water, and remove the rubber at 10 o'clock, and again, drink the water again, and remove the rubber band again. And then at the end of the day, you will be surprised. You need more rubber bands. Huh? Yeah, I can drink 12 glasses instead of just 8. And when you do that, you will be excited because you can actually consume all this water that is so good for you. Okay, another technique that I'd like to show you is, I have another treasure here, and this is my favorite drinking water bottle. I love pink, okay? So my water bottle is pink, and I have to really bring this anywhere. Even in the bed before you sleep, you have to fill this with water, and early in the morning you drink your water. Wow! Because that will actually remind you, it's so colorful. So you can also have this treasure. And just before the show, I've already drunk a lot. And I think I need to drink my water right now, huh? And all of you here watching our show, now drink your water. Let's drink together. 1, 2, 3, drink. Voila, that's 1 glass of water. So you really need to make strategy and good planning if you want really to be successful. Now, if you have this water jug with you, water bottle with you, you will be able to save, remove the desire of, the temptation for soft drinks. Now, if this can happen to me, if this is very successful for me, I personally believe this can also be successful to you. What I mean is, you too can be successful when you try to bring all the time your water bottle. Now, the kids, if you will be planning for the kids, you should really buy very colorful, very kiddie designed bottles for them. And you have to teach them that water is really so important. But of course, you parents, you should really set an example. From now on, you too should not drink soft drinks, and you too should drink sufficient amount of water. And when you do that, the whole family will really be assured that, you will be able to reduce your risk for so many diseases. By the way, hydration, drinking good amount of water, according to studies, can actually reduce so many diseases. Examples? Oh, lots of them. It's not only simply hydration, but it can reduce your risk for hypertension, it can reduce your risk for diabetes, it can even reduce your risk for cancer, and it can provide you with good circulation. And this one is so cheap, huh? So cheap. You don't need to spend lots of money for the planning. Now, another strategy that we could use is we can keep your bottles. What I mean is, you have to set aside bottles for the whole family, plan for it. Like mom has the pink, dad has the blue, and maybe children, boy one has purple and brown bottle, so that everybody can have their own, when you go out, in the car maybe, or when you go out as family, you know that you have your own bottles with you. It's the easiest way of monitoring the kids, if they can actually consume good amount of water. Okay? But again, you really need to plan for it. But syempre, you have to look also for the good quality plastic. There are some plastics that are not really that healthy anymore. So you have to good for the quality, spend for a little bit expensive bottles. And if you do that, you will be able to recycle your own bottle, because there are some plastics that cannot be recycled. So I personally would like to give you the best advice. And this is actually glass. Because glass is really so, when it comes to toxic substances, it doesn't really mix with the fluid. But the problem in glass, sometimes it's hard to bring as baon. You could hardly bring this anywhere. But if you're just staying in the office or in the school or at home, yeah, you have to use your glass. Okay, use your glass, and when you have this, you will be able to see that you can get good quality of water. By the way, for the kids, I'd like to remind you, parents, when you buy your glass of your glass, be sure that you're buying them for the kids. What I mean is, don't just think of yourselves, okay? Think of the kids' preferences. So it must really be colorful, maybe with all the characters, or it must really be a very attractive gadget, okay? So, number one, have the best gadget. And number two, plan for it. And then, of course, you have to implement it. When you do that, you will be able to, maximize the best treasure in the kitchen. When I say the best treasure in the kitchen, actually one is water. Why? Because this is actually macronutrient. When I say macronutrient, we need this in large amount. Imagine 8 to 10 glasses, it's really huge. There are some nutrients that are micro. Vitamins and minerals are micronutrients. You need only very little amount of these nutrients. Actually, it's just in milligrams. But this one, it's really by the glass. It's really macro. It's really huge. So, friends, I'd like to invite you again to consider this idea. Because if you consider this, you will never regret, and you will start experiencing the benefits of water. So friends, time is too short for us, and I personally believe the kitchen is the best place to keep our treasure. Good food is not everything, but without it, everything is nothing. Thank you very much for watching our Kitchen Treasures.